The custom logo animation category is quite challenging and can be difficult to master. However, once you understand the key concepts, you can create stunning custom animations using your motion design skills. In this video, you will learn how to animate a box-style logo in After Effects. So, grab your coffee and get ready for the tutorial. Let's create a new composition and name it Main Comp. I'm using full HD resolution for this project at 60 frames per second. First, I'm going to select the Type tool and create our text in this composition, then align it to the center. By the way, I'm using this font for your information. Right now, we have our text in a single text layer, and we need to convert it into a shape layer. To do this, right-click on the text, go to Create, and select the Create Shapes from Text option. This gives us a shape layer in our timeline. However, right now all of our letters are inside this single shape layer, and we need to separate them into individual layers. Let me show you how to do it. As you know, we have 5 letters in our text, so we have to duplicate this layer 4 times to get 5 total shape layers. After that, I'll rename each layer one by one. Then, I'll select the A layer and open its contents. I'll select all the letters except A and delete them. Now, we have only the letter A in this shape layer. I hope you understand how to separate the letters into shape layers. I'm going to repeat this process with the rest of the letters. For your convenience, I'll speed up this process and then we will see the next step. Now we have 5 different shape layers, each containing a single letter so that we can animate them easily. I'm going to start with the letter A. First, I'll turn off the other layers and lock them as well. I'll also switch on the Shy buttons and click the icon to hide those layers from the timeline so we have enough space to work. I'll also change the color label of the A layer to recognize it better. After that, you can see the anchor point is misaligned, so I'll switch to the Pan Behind tool and change the anchor point position to the left side of the text. Then I'll select the layer and search for Path to reveal the path properties. I'll add a keyframe to both path properties, place the marker at 1 second, and add another set of keyframes there. Now I'll go back to the first frame to change its shape. I'll switch to the Pen tool, select these vertices, and change them like this. Let's change the color label to red to see the points more easily. Now I'll select other vertex points and move them to the right. I can also double-click on a vertex point to get a transform box, allowing us to change the shape very easily. If I scrub the timeline, you can see how it animates. Now I'll place the time indicator at this point, copy the last keyframes, and paste them here to return to the final position. I'll change the shape once again like this to create an overshoot animation. Now I'll place the time indicator at this point, copy the last keyframes, and paste them here to return to the final position. I'll change the shape once again like this. You can see in the preview how it bounces back. Finally, I'll select all the keyframes and change them to Easy Ease to smooth out the animation. Now it looks perfect. Next, I select the layer, open its position property, and add a keyframe. I'll add keyframes at the 1 second and 2 second marks as well. Then I press U on the keyboard to see all the keyframes. Let's move the path keyframes slightly forward. Next, I place the marker at the first frame and turn on the Title/Action Safe grid so we can see the center point of the composition. Now, I'll change the position of this box to the center of the composition. Then, at the 2 second mark, I'll change its position once again. Let's see a small preview. Next, I place the time indicator at the 2-second mark, open the scale property, and add a keyframe. I'll go backward a bit, first unlinking the scale and change the X value to 250 to make the shape longer. Then, at the 1-second mark, I'll change the scale value back to 100. I feel it's a little slow, so I'll adjust these keyframes to speed up the animation. OK, now select all the keyframes and ease them. Then, select the middle keyframe of the position property and go to the graph editor. Let's change the graph like this. You can adjust the keyframes to get your desired motion. And once you are satisfied with the animation, select all the path keyframes and drag them over here. Now everything looks perfect, so I'll select all the keyframes and drag them forward a bit. Next, I'm going to add a new null object to the timeline and make sure it's placed in the center of the composition. Let's rename this layer as a controller. Then, I select the A layer and parent it to the controller so that we can control layer A from this controller layer. Next, I place the time indicator at 1 second and add keyframes for both the rotation and scale properties. I'll press U to see both keyframes. I'll go back to the first frame and change the rotation value to 180 degrees and the scale value to 0. Next, select the last keyframes and ease them. Then, open the graph editor and change the graph like this. Alright, so we've completed the first part of this animation. I've explained how to animate a letter using vertices and changing their shapes. I can't show you the animation process for every letter because if I do, the video will become very long. So I'll skip that part and show you the next step after animating the rest of the letters. So, I've animated each letter one by one and set them up in the timeline. Now we are moving forward. First, I'll delete the text layer because we don't need it anymore. Then I'll select all the layers and pre-compose them. I'll name it Animation and make sure to check this icon before clicking OK. Next, I'll create a new adjustment layer and rename it Effects Layer. Then I'll duplicate the animation layer. I'll place the effects layer between both layers. Now select bottom animation layer and drag it forward a bit. And turn off the top layer. Then I go to the Effects and Presets panel and search for the fractal noise effect and add it to this layer. First, I change the fractal type to dynamic, and then I change the noise type to block. Let's increase the contrast to around 350 to get this look. After that, I open the transform property to scale up the box size a bit. Nice. Next, I'm going to search for the colorama effect and add it to this layer as well. First, I open the output cycle options. Then I open the modify options, and under those, I uncheck modify alpha. Then I change the color wheel by moving the color points to get the desired look. Next, I'll search for another effect called glow and add it to this layer too. Let's change the glow radius to around 30 to really glow up this text. After that, I'll turn the animation layer back on and let's see the final preview. So, that's how you can create a box-style custom logo animation in After Effects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.